Welcome to the Gangcast, aka the Games and Not Games podcast. I'm Jan Garcia, and joining me, as always, is Isaiah Smith.
Hello.
What is life like with significantly less t-shirts in your collection?
Oh man, yeah. Again, last episode we talked about another.
There's things we convert each other to.
Life challenge for me of the week before that was putting the glass on the 3D printer. Mm-hmm. Last week we talked about me cutting down on a bunch of my just like shirts and clothes in general.
Which, for the record, I don't even know how that came up, but it probably was my fault. Just to throw it out there. Are your t-shirts?
Yeah,
probably
sure.
The Marie Kondo stuff or something.
Who knows? Who knows? So. Yeah, I cut down on my t-shirts, and honestly, it feels pretty good.
Okay.
I had counted them before we started the episode, just so we can have a count, like an official count. And I think before it was like 34 or 35.
You had
shirts.
36 t-shirts, 37 if you counted the t-shirt that you were wearing.
Jeez. All right, 37.
And now
shirts.
you have.
Now I have 17.
18 if you count the one you're wearing.
18 if you count the one I'm wearing. So almost half.
How many graphic t-shirts do you think I have?
Do you have 4 or 5, maybe
7?
Oh, okay.
I do think once you get like a design that you really like, you end up holding on to it for longer than you might mean to. Like, admittedly, I don't really wear like even my Foo Fighters one. Like, I like that band. It's like my favorite band. Based on the history of the band, more so than like the music now. Like the music now, they're good. You know, like hey, like the best album's been we're a while away from their heights, but I like that band a lot. But I don't really wear that T-shirt that often either.
And I like that shirt.
And part of me is like, do I want to just get rid of it? I'm just gonna keep it. I think, yeah,
with the gold text.
Yeah, and I like that shirt because it's one of my few nicely fitting graphic T-shirts. Because a lot of my graphic T-shirts are unisex, and I find the unisex cut to be very boxy, and I just don't really love how it looks. Yeah, but then I'm into the design of too many of mine. Like my PlayStation shirt, I'm like, yeah, it's like kind of cool, but it's like, it's kind of just okay. Like, we'll see. Maybe
that's one that's really cool too, though.
Maybe I can, if I find like a better fitting PlayStation shirt, like it'd be nice to get like maybe a baby tee that's like PlayStation. I think that'd be a lot more my style than what I have, which is like a unisex tee from GameStop. The design is really cool, and I like the material of the shirt, but like the fit, I find myself like tying it up, tying it back, trying to like, now if I go like, and it's also not baggy enough to go like full baggy either, really. So it's kind of in a weird spot.
Yeah, a lot of I feel like your style you've been leaning into a lot more lately is like layers, or at least like having items that can be layered.
Yeah.
You throw a jacket over it, or you throw a shirt under it, or this, that, and a third. Yeah, that PlayStation shirt doesn't really lean into that. So
it's just kind of like, it's in a weird in-between. Maybe I will try to style it in like a baggier way, but I don't think it's baggy enough to be baggy, and it's not form-fitting. So it kind of just like,
yeah,
it looks like I took a shirt from someone else's closet and put it on. It's like, when you get out the pool and it's like you need dry clothes, and it's like, I think your cousin has something, and like this is pretty close to what could fit me, but it doesn't quite fit me. And then you get out of the like room, and your aunts and uncles, oh yeah, it fits pretty good. And it like does for the context, but it doesn't for like day to day. It's kind of where the PlayStation shirt's at. So
that's fair.
That might get retired. Yeah, but you feel lighter. You feel easy breezy, more beautiful.
Yeah, I know. It's I got rid of
rid of them
like
fast
pants and shorts and stuff too. The idea is that like I was holding on to clothes that weren't my favorite. Like I didn't enjoy wearing them, and so I never grabbed them. And so at this point, it's like, why not just get rid of them and then replace them with clothes that I do enjoy wearing and I do want to wear and like wearing? So I don't know. At some point, I'll slowly start to rebuild that closet. Maybe not to the degree, because there are still shirts that I kept that I would like to replace as well.
There are also shirts that didn't make the cut that I was surprised by.
Yeah, like what? What was the biggest one?
The Nike Greek art kind of. I don't know if it's even Greek art, but like
the like green one.
No, the blue one. It had like, I don't know if it was like the Pantheon or whatever, but it had like a structure, like a art structure, and then it had like the statue and it said Nike.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like the shirt. We got it somewhat recently.
Yeah, I was like, wow, grand opening, grand closing. Sometimes it happens with me though when I buy stuff. I'm like, you know what?
Yeah, the shirt just, I don't know, wasn't that comfortable. Like it was it wasn't like full on scratchy material, but like it wasn't soft. You know what I mean? I thought it was gonna wash a lot better.
You know what? Too, now that I remember, because we got it at the Nike outlet, and it was in that pile of like shirts that were heavily discounted.
Oh yeah, it was like 3 for like $11.
And maybe it wasn't that wild, but maybe that's why, where like the material wasn't good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that surprised me, but
you got to go back there.
yeah, I love the outlet. Ready to get into games?
Yeah, let's talk games.
All right. So for games, we're doing this twofold. We're going to do a light Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth check-in, and then we're going to play, what would you call this segment? Would it be maybe video game Guess Who?
Yeah,
in a
it's
way?
more video game Guess Who.
Yeah, Guess Who, not to be confused with the board game Guess Who, because you're not using the tiles, but it's the same kind of vibe where, we'll come with some characters, and the other person has to ask questions to guess the answer. But starting with the check-in, I want to use Dale's write-in to the podcast. Dale asks, has there ever been a minigame that made you feel sweet? What is your favorite and least favorite minigame and why? For those who missed the last episode, sweet is essentially like you feel wavy, saucy, dope, powerful, fun. It's that kind of you have a bravado to you. It's sort of this
aura.
Yeah, that encompasses the sweet. We have the sweet our TikTok page has like the clip of that. So saved you 2 hours. You just watch that clip and you'll be caught up.
Go to the TikTok, Games and Not Games, and watch that, and you'll be all caught up for this question.
Exactly. Yeah, for the lore of the question. So, what's your? I'll answer as well, but I feel like the sweetness is you coded,
sure.
so you can go.
Yeah, man, a mini game that makes you feel sweet.
That's tough because it's so like.
Yeah.
You're in such a casual position when you're mini gaming in a way.
I think one of the closest ones to answer that is what's the game in The Witcher?
Gwent.
Similar to like a Queen's Blood kind of thing with Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, but Gwent is just a better game. I feel like Gwent didn't make me feel sweet as in like killing people or like strong or like muscular strong or anything like that, but it made me feel like strategically sweet. Like
your mind was sweet.
Yeah, like my mind was sweet. Like you couldn't crack inside of here. I was 3 steps ahead of you the whole way, and like when I rolled up on someone to play Gwent, I felt like I was going in game over. You know what I mean? Like I was going in already having won, and nothing they did was going to stop me from winning. And that was the game. That was the way I played Gwent. It was but I was like nice with it, right? I was the walk lightly but carry a big stick of like the Gwent players in my universe, where it's like, if you're gonna talk shit to me, then all right, cool, let's bring it. We'll pick up the cards and we'll settle this like men. But if you fight like a little girl or someone like that, and I go easy on them, I still win. But it's in character, I was like, yeah, you'll get better one day.
Is that what he sounded like? Girl, you sound different. I'm sick today.
Yeah, he's got a raspy voice.
I don't know. I feel I've just seen him. I've seen him in that tub a lot. That's mostly how I see him.
Yeah. What about you?
Let's see. Sweet is tough because it's like there has to be like a high to a degree. I don't know if it makes. I think the closest I can think of is I think it's only in. Maybe not only in, but I believe it is in Super Mario 6 Golden Coins. It might be also in a different game. No, maybe it's the one. What's the one where he has like the bunny ears?
Oh,
I think it's that game, the one with the bunny ears.
The 3D one?
No, it's 2D.
Man, I don't know.
Mario bunny ear. When did he get that power up? But it's one of the mini games in like one of the old Mario games where you get to the end and you have to like use like it's like you have a bunch of items on a conveyor belt and you use the crane to like pick them up. Do you remember that at all?
No.
Yeah, like that. I feel like that's pretty sweet, but it's kind of only sweet if you get the item. It's like kind of one of those like almost like carnival. Is it the rush of being at a carnival where it's like it is really sweet when you win the carnival games, but actually playing the carnival games isn't really fully sweet. It's kind of just like something you do.
It's got like high risk, high reward kind of. I don't know, like excitement to it. Yeah,
like it's the thrill of needing to grab it. I'm trying to see if I can find it.
In Pokemon Stadium, the Metapod game.
Oh, you felt sweet during that? I always died.
So sweet.
You're the kind of person I hated. You're the kind of person I hated playing against.
I was
because you can't. You slip. You cannot slip with people like you.
I would get it like an iota of a second before the rock hit, and then I'd release it immediately. Like. The entire game would be over, and like only a sliver of my heart was like even empty. I was elite at that game. So good. Actually, I'm gonna go with all the Pokemon Stadium games.
I think they're fun, but I don't know if they make me feel sweet.
I think if you're good at them, you feel sweet. Like if you the Ekans ring toss,
I'm good at that too.
When you knock someone else away, like when you intentionally get that golden Diglett. The
golden
so
ones
good.
were like such a rush. I hated when people like it felt like, well, you like this, where it felt like someone's. Well, the thing is, you want to be the thief. I don't want to be. You don't want to be the victim. So it's like I hated when someone got one over on me and they're like I hated when you launched yours and right as it was in the air the golden one appears and I'm like I would have gone for that if it was there like a second ago. And honestly Stadium itself was really fun, but Kids Club I finally found it. It took me forever to find it. The game I'm referring to is called Mario Catcher, and the reason it was so hard to find is because they don't label it a mini game, they call it a bonus game, because back then there was like it was pretty common for a 2D platformer to have like at the end like a little something. Kirby does that with like the little launcher where you're sometimes like launching Kirby to like gain extra points or whatever, and to some degree.
Vaguely, I remember that. Yeah.
Yoshi does that where you have like the egg toss or you're fighting somebody at the end, and Mario did that for some time, and this is what it looked like.
I have I've never seen that before.
I'm telling you, this game is so good. I do worry that you will hate it, but honestly, if you don't like it, it's kind of like. You know, you have someone try some food and they don't like it, but it's like your favorite food. Like, go pass it to me. Like, don't worry about it. I'll finish it. Like, you don't even have to worry about it taking too much time. But on that note, speaking of sweet and mini games, you went through a big minigame run in Rebirth.
Yeah.
And you made it out the other side, or what's going on over here?
I think so. I got to, was it Coastal Del Sol, right?
I think Del Sol.
Coastal Del Sol. The Coast of the Sun or whatever. Mm-hmm. And there's a couple mini games you have to do to progress the story there. They're not great mini games, and the mini games themselves are fun and fine. I had a good time playing them, but the game does what I always hate when games do. It's when you're a game in genre A, but you have a segment or something in genre B that you're just not good at making gameplay for genre B, but it's like integral or at least like heavily presented to the player. Why are you stay in your lane? You're owning this lane. You're going real fast down this lane. Why are you changing lanes all of a sudden? Don't do that. The exceptions to that, Queen's Blood. Queen's Blood's great. But apparently they also had a team dedicated to Queen's Blood.
It shows. That game's really good. Have you finally gotten a little bit more of the of your Queen's Blood sea legs? It seems like are you still just rushing the point, or are you doing some other strategies now?
I mean, it was still mostly rushing the point, but I'm starting to integrate a little bit of the like, you reduce other players' the other players' cards. I've gotten a couple more cards that have like some cool mechanics like that. I got the little guy with the knife.
Thornberry?
I couldn't tell you. Yeah,
no, not Thornberry. That's not right.
Something berry though, right?
That's like the wild thornberry.
Yeah.
Tonberry.
Okay. Yeah. He's cool. His card's really dope.
It's only one, like 2 letters different, but the gap between Thornberry and Thornberry and Tonberry is so big for people who know who Tonberry is.
That's fair. But yeah, no. So the mini games, they're going. The required ones are fine. Hitting the first place in the like optional, like when they become optional. That's where I lost it, and I just broke. I just couldn't do it.
Did you stop doing it?
I got like one of them, and then there was like 2 more that popped up, and it's like, well,
do you know which one you got?
Are we even here?
Did you get the Rocket League one? Fake Rocket League, where you're red.
Oh man, did I do?
That was like the first one you did, so maybe you were like still in good spirits.
I never went back to do the Rocket League for the second time. Like after the story. It was like
mandatory at first. And then...
I did the mandatory first place, and then I did the mandatory first place for the Pirate as well. But then once both of those like kind of open up again later on, and it's like I'm out. I'm checked out.
Are you? Well, a couple questions. One, do you feel like I was right in my prediction of what would happen to you in this game?
I guess yeah. Oh, the other mini game that sucked was the wrestling one, or not wrestling, but like the gym one.
The gym one's always bad.
It's so
it was bad last game too.
And it was doing so good. I promise you, I have great reflexes, right? When it comes to video games,
you
reflexes,
and that,
I have
what is
very,
it, the
very good
Metapod?
reflexes. Yeah. For the life of you, promise you, I was hitting the buttons for the stupid little sit-up mini game. I was hitting it in order. I made no mistake, and yet somehow Tifa was like, oh, and she lays down and takes like an 8-second break while dude is fucking zooming. He's like crunching like there's no tomorrow, and I'm like, there's no way I can catch up now. And there was like 5 seconds left at that too, and I was ahead. And it's just like the game just didn't want to see me win. Well,
it's like those mini games are like basketball, where only the last like 90 seconds really matter. Like if you want to see the game, just like catch those last like 2 minutes.
So infuriating. So that was where I broke, and I was like, you know what? I'm done with these mini games. I'm moving on. I know that there's like more mini games later in the game.
Yeah, you're going to the Golden Saucer. Yeah,
that's where I'm story wise. That's where I'm heading to next, and
You're catching up to me real quick. You're playing this game really fast.
Not fast enough.
I will say though, and this mixes because like the math is the math. Like Isaiah will sit down and play Final Fantasy. I feel like I'll live a full lifetime, and he's still playing the game.
No, for real.
He's putting in heavy hours into it. This is one of those classics. Like I'm often right about bad things. It's like kind of rare for me to be like, I think this thing is gonna work out great, and then it does. Yeah, it's funny because we're very different players. You broke exactly where I broke. Like to the T. Like it was.
I mean, that says something. Other people broke there as well. I tweeted out about it, and other people were like, yeah, that's also where I put the game down, and I've been struggling to pick it back up. I feel like
a lot of people broke during the Golden Saucer and kind of maybe the area I'm in. I'm not going to really get into where I am, but there's like and I haven't encountered it yet, but I know there's like something you can do with the chocobo, like a chocobo flying race or something. Yeah. I did do a race, but I didn't do like, I'm kind of, you know how like when you're walking around an area, you might see like stuff that indicates the minigame stuff. Like I see like all these different areas that you can like climb. Like I don't know if I'm doing that later, where I'm doing like some because I think there's like a canyon one or something that a lot of people complained about. But I'm trying to avoid every minigame I can. Like at this point, I'm just mainlining the story. Like if I see, a fucked up looking alligator on my way to something, maybe if I run past you slow enough, I'll fight you. I'm not even fighting people anymore. I'm just walking around.
No, legit. I feel that.
Because it's like a long game, but you're coming up on me. You're getting there.
Because
I'm
feel
only
so weak.
2 areas ahead of you. Yeah, that's the other thing. You said you looked at my, and I forgot what level I am, but that you feel like I'm a million levels ahead of you.
I feel like you are at least in like your 40s.
Yeah.
And I'm barely at the top of 20s. Like I'm high 20s.
Well, the thing is, because I did put, I think, still more hours in by the time I was where you are.
That makes sense, yeah.
But didn't you 100% the first areas?
Yeah. So I've 100% everything up until these minigames.
Well, here's the thing too. I spent a lot of time just walking because I didn't know the structure of the game. So I didn't know. I'm like, you just beeline till you get a chocobo and then you can explore. So I was like, that first area, if I had that pedometer that gave me money, I would have been. I'm also very rich off that pedometer. Passive income is like getting raked in. It's great.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully things are gonna. I think at this point you're probably leveled out though, because I saw you get like really mad, and then I think you've like internalized it and just moved on.
Yeah.
And I think you'll be okay now ish.
I think so. But
you got a long way to go before the game is done. Is the thing too.
So again, I got Queen's Blood keeping me going. Every couple minutes
I don't even do Queen's Blood anymore.
Yeah. Really?
And I love Queen's Blood, but I'm like, I can't be spending my, because also Queen's Blood takes me forever. That's like fair. I'll be fighting for like 30 minutes.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I have, because my chat mentioned to me, your deck isn't very good. I'm like, excuse me? I think my deck is awesome. I love my deck, and I love the strategy because I'm big on.
Is it a custom deck?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not good, I guess, so don't use it. But I am really big. I really enjoy the strategy of, destroying my own cards and racking up my points that way. So it's like, we could just try to win. And also at some point you face opponents that are just like doing like some wild stuff too. Sure. So I'm like, I feel like I can't just rush my way over there. But yeah, I don't know. I've been told my deck is bad. So by people who are good at the game.
That's fair. Okay.
But I'll be playing that and that's why I have more hours than you. Things just take me longer, I think, to do them. Sense. But yeah, Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth.
Yeah.
I'll see you on this side. I'm so scared. I think I might have to like come out of retirement and just like not work for a few days. Because I really don't want you to.
Tuesday stream is we're jumping back into Rebirth.
I don't mind if we beat it like at the same time. But I don't want you to beat this game before me is the thing. So we'll see. We'll see what has to be done.
Tell you gotta get back on that horse then.
I know. Just the horse is so big and slow. All right, video game. Guess who?
Yeah.
All right, do you want to go first? Do you want me to go first?
I'm
kind of scared by your list because you said you were having a really hard time.
I was having a really hard time, but I think I have.
And then you also asked me if you can put trick questions in there, which I am a little concerned about.
I really like my choices. Let's have you go first.
Okay.
Yeah, you set the bar.
Ooh, okay. All right. I have my character, and you have your big juicy brain. So.
All right. Is this character the main character of their game?
Yeah.
Okay. Are they in more than one game?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it a human?
No.
Okay. Is it?
Oh yeah. Do we care about the number of questions that we ask? Not really,
no,
right?
but I guess just for my own
Okay.
sanity, the lower I can get, the better.
Oh, okay.
I'm playing against myself.
You're playing your own game. Okay, I got you.
Is this character not human? Are they like alive, like a organic?
What does that even mean?
Like an animal or a monster? Are they a robot versus like a spirit or
Yeah, they have a corporeal form.
They're organic.
Yeah, they're organic. Like you can kill them, you can.
Okay, they can die.
Yeah.
Okay. They have a soul.
Actually, yes.
Okay.
Yes, they have a soul. I'll explain later.
Yeah, okay. All right. The game that they're in, you said multiple games. Do I like the series?
I would say no. You might be like, what are you talking about? I like this series.
Oh, okay.
I feel like I've never seen you play it. I don't think you've mentioned like playing it and liking it. I feel like I've probably mentioned. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
I don't get the sense that you like it.
Do you like the series?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, here's the thing. I like it, but I could see you being like, well, I think you like one of the games. I don't know if you like the series, which is low-key a little bit fair.
Okay.
I have spoken fondly about a game in this series to you. And I think you know that I'm generally a fan, but I could see you being nitpicky and being like, well, are you really a fan of the franchise if you only like a few of the game kind of thing, So.
Okay. Is this a Nintendo series?
No.
Okay. Is it like a multi-platform series?
I mean, God, now it has been on multiple platforms.
Okay.
But I do think it's like known at a certain platform and then maybe has now kind of expanded to more places kind of thing.
Okay. Is it a Square Enix game?
No.
Okay. Is it a Capcom game?
No.
Okay. Not Square Enix. Not Capcom. Known for one platform, but then kind of expanded to others. Konami?
No.
This is tough.
Actually, you know what? Maybe it was always on other platforms. But I have the platform list on Wikipedia is kind of
okay.
I'm a little unsure.
I
feel like the first one was not on everything.
Is a character from this game in the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate?
Well, first of all, I hate that question because there's 8 million characters in this game. I'm going to say no based on double-checking smashbros.com/US/fighter. But yeah, they are not in this game to my knowledge.
Oh man, this is making it really tough. Is this an indie character?
No.
Okay. Have you or we played a game from this, like with this character in the past year?
Like one of us?
Yeah.
Not in the past year.
Okay. Past 2 years.
I don't think so.
Since we've been in
maybe the past like
LA.
3 or something. Since I've been in LA, yeah.
Okay. It's not mainly on one like platform, like Nintendo, PlayStation, Xbox. It's not an exclusive.
I think
it's a first party.
It initially was. It initially was like an exclusive.
Which,
by the way, I double checked the.
Is this character orange?
Yes.
Is it Crash?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Yeah.
So it initially
I don't think they're in Smash Bros.
No. But like, I swear to God, and I'm not trying to put anyone on blast. When I went to fandom, it says verbatim, Crash is a newcomer in Smash Bros. For Nintendo Switch. And I'm like, where is this man? Like, I don't see this man. I'm checking YouTube and no one's clipped this. But then you got like fan edits and stuff. I'm like, this guy's, I'm like, is he in the background somewhere? Like, I don't know. And yeah, it is initially a PlayStation game, but it also, I think it did have like a GameCube release at some point too. So it's kind of like, it's not, the gap is actually maybe not as big as I thought it was. In my mind, that was like PlayStation until like the Xbox One or something, but I think maybe the gap wasn't as big. But yeah, it's Crash Bandicoot. And the reason I said he has a soul is sometimes when he dies, his soul goes up to heaven.
You're absolutely right.
So yeah, he really does have a soul. But yeah, we can just base everything on that smashbros.com/fighters website.
I just won't even ask that question anymore. It's honestly, at this point, you're right. It is just too confusing because of all the cross
and then there's also like, well, technically, like people can be trophies, and I'll be honest, I don't even really know what that means anymore.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Okay, yeah, like pick Smash Bros Melee or something, something less, something with a thinner,
less controversial.
Because also too, it's like I don't know what is it. Oh, it must be Terry then, because like I don't know, like Joker's in Smash Bros. Like from Persona, like Persona's Joker is in Smash Bros. Okay, so that was mine. Okay? You have your character ready to go, right?
Let's start with a nice one. Yeah. Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, you ready?
Yep.
All right. Is this a human?
Yes.
Is it a man?
No.
Is it a woman?
Yes.
Okay, a human woman. Is it Ellie? No, just kidding. Okay. Is this a do you like are they the lead character in the game? I did like the lead character question.
Yes.
Okay. Do you like their game?
Yeah.
Said it a little bit in a way that felt
there's an
like
asterisk there, but yes.
Okay, a game Isaiah likes with an asterisk. That's almost all the games Isaiah likes, minus like 3 games. So we didn't quite narrow it as much as I wanted to. Okay, a human woman that Isaiah pretends to like the game of. Okay, is this like a heavily, exclusive kind of? Is it exclusive?
No.
Does it have a heavy association with one of the big 3?
I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
I'm gonna say no.
Is this character kind of like Nathan Drake?
No.
Okay, it's not Lara Croft.
No.
Because Tomb Raider feels like the perfect. I like their games, kind of. I guess, kind of vibe.
I know asterisks. I like the Tomb Raider games. Yeah.
Let's see. Is this a white woman?
Yes.
Okay, white woman. Okay, I think you really like the Horizon games, so I don't think it's Aloy. And also that's exclusive and first party association. A human woman whose game you like. Did you play this game on the Nintendo Switch?
No.
Did you play? You play all your games on PlayStation. Did you play this game on PlayStation?
Yes.
It's a PC game. Okay. PlayStation woman that you like. White woman. Does this character use a gun?
Yes.
Okay. It's funny. I see her like forming in my mind. I can see her in the back of my mind.
I think in post, I'm gonna like have these characters up, but they're gonna be blurry, and then I'm like slowly bring them into focus or something.
Who's that Pokemon?
Oh, that's even better.
Yeah. The only con of that though, if people want to play along while they're watching, they like would see the answer, but I'll let you have your creative freedom on that.
I'll have it be blurry, and then it just slowly gets a little bit more in focus.
Let's see. Gosh. Okay. I'm like, does she have a bad attitude? Okay, is she so she has a gun. Does the gun shoot like regular bullets?
No.
Oh, okay. Does this woman have red hair?
Yes.
You said yes, funnily. Why is that?
I think so.
You can double check while I ask other questions. Is this Jesse Faden from Control?
Yes.
Boom. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah. Right. It doesn't shoot regular bullets. It shoots like.
I think it shoots like
mystical bullets.
A weird like a bunch of shrapnel just kind of
reload it. Yeah.
I feel like it's just a bunch of like metal.
Yeah.
That definitely gave me a hint. Your reaction to the bullet. Yeah, Control gun bullets. I have no idea. I'm very curious.
And then it's got like a cooldown reload.
I don't think they're real bullets because yeah, because you're not like. You do reload, don't you? Do you not reload?
You reload, but it's like an active reload kind of situation. She's not like reaching in her pocket and pulling out bullets. To
Yeah, like I don't think they're real
load
bullets.
into this gun that's floating.
But they're very bullet-like. Yeah, that was fun. I'm honestly shocked I got that because my questions weren't very good. Okay, I'm next up.
It's only going
Also,
harder from here.
For some reason, I wanted to ask, like, does she wear wigs? And then I thought about her. I'm like, okay, maybe it's Jessie. Because she's pretty, platform agnostic queen over here.
Right. I think it might have like
I don't think it has a platform
exclusively to Xbox or something like that. But then the Ultimate Edition I think came to PlayStation or something like that. It was like something.
It
weird.
might be inverted actually, because I remember I have the Xbox Ultimate, but it doesn't matter. I don't.
Yeah.
I think you were right to answer. It doesn't have a place like a platform association, even if it did have like time. Like I didn't ask like, was this a timed exclusive on the like? It's fine. Okay. Next up. Also took me everything not to just read the character. Okay, my next character is locked and loaded.
All
and
right.
I'm frantically going to be Googling everything you could ever ask about this character.
Okay. Is this character human?
No.
Okay. Is this character an animal?
No.
Is this character a monster?
I would never call this character a monster, but do you have another question about their species?
Is this character an alien / other life form?
It's another life form.
Okay.
But I wouldn't say it's a monster.
Okay.
That seems kind of cruel.
Okay.
No offense to all the monsters out there. It's just a little bit of a negative connotation in our society. I don't agree with it, but it is what it is.
Is this character associated with like one platform or like one platform family?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that PlayStation?
No.
Is that Nintendo?
Yeah.
Okay. So we have a Nintendo creature of some kind. Does this character have its own game?
Yeah.
Is this character green?
No.
Okay. Do you control this character?
Yes. Like in their own game, you control them.
Okay. Oh man. Is this character from Earth?
Is this character from Earth?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a complicated question.
As far as you know,
I have to Google something that I've never had to Google. I want to say yes, but let's see. Okay, so I think a lot of people would answer yes, but I think in a very technical sense, like Earth might not exist in this universe in the same way.
Okay.
It's kind of like I can't even think of it'd be like asking and I don't know, hopefully you don't have this character on your list or whatever, but it'd be like asking is Astrobot does he adventure on Earth? It's like, oh well obviously he's a little different because he's sort of floating around different planets, but it's like it'd kind of be like asking that, like we don't really, I mean it looks like
sure
Earth.
Yeah, sure. Fair enough.
Though I wouldn't say this like necessarily looks like, but I didn't like approach, it wasn't like Metroid is all about we're on different planets.
Yeah.
It's not like that where it feels very clear that we're on different planets.
Well, I'm not asking that. I'm saying Samus is from Earth. I would say.
Yeah, Samus is from Earth.
Like, yeah, Samus.
I feel like this is like asking, is Jack and Daxter from Earth? Like, is Jack from Earth to you?
Well, I guess no.
Then I guess no.
Okay. All right.
It's like that kind of situation where it's like, well,
Okay.
it's a planet that
planet
feels like Earth, but technically it's not.
No, that's fair.
It doesn't have any of the properties of like our society, so I guess it's not Earth. But I don't necessarily think that means like, I don't think they sat down to write Jack and Daxter and they're like on a planet far, far away. Yeah, like I think it is like that kind of situation where it's like a made up world.
Gotcha.
That has Earth vibes.
Gotcha. Okay.
Versus like Ratchet and Clank, like that they like made a whole galaxy for that. It's like, okay, he's not from Earth. He's from like. I was gonna say Namek. He's not from Namek. He's from wherever, and he didn't care about shit until his planet was gonna get destroyed. Let the record show, Ratchet is a fuckboy. So.
Oh my gosh, we've taken a hard tangent.
You'd be happy to know your hero is actually a jerk, and the real hero is Clank. Okay, go ahead.
uh, does this character, is it a sole character? Like a singular,
Yeah.
one, like named one of a kind character kind of thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I figured it'd be weird to be like, oh, it's the lead that you design, you know what I mean? Like, kind of thing.
Sure. Or even like...
It's your creative character from Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, it's a named character.
Okay, is this character a part of the Mushroom Kingdom?
Yes.
Mm.
So the thing is, the Mushroom Kingdom Earth to you?
I'm going to say no.
I
Googled, say yes, actually.
I Googled, is the Mushroom Kingdom on Earth? And fandom, which also has burned me before today, said Earth is a distinct planet separate from the Mushroom World.
Yes.
In Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2, Mario travels to different planets across the galaxy. And then it says in Paper Mario, he goes to outer space. But just because he goes to outer space doesn't mean that he's not on Earth.
Yeah, we go to outer space. Yeah, astronauts.
Allegedly. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, so that's what fandom said, but I'm like, I don't know. Unless Mario goes to... Well, when Mario went to New York...
It's New Donk.
It's
not New York.
God damn it.
Yeah. No, it's not Earth, but it's Earth-like. I'll give you that.
It's kind of like an earthy afterward.
Okay, this character is a part of the Mushroom Kingdom world.
Yeah.
So they have shown up in Mario Party, then they have their own games and. All right.
You're saying a lot of things that you didn't ask me about,
okay,
but if that's what you feel, go ahead.
Does this character have fur?
No.
Okay. Does this character have scales?
No.
Okay.
Is King K. Rool or something?
Yeah, I mean, maybe I gotta rule it out.
You gotta rule it out.
I gotta rule it out. Does this character wear a hat? All right, let me rephrase that. Does this character have a big head?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is this character ah?
Yeah.
All right, is it Toad?
No.
Is it Captain Toad?
It is Captain Toad. I forgot there was controversy over whether his head was a hat or not. Where did we land on that again?
I don't remember, but Captain Toad was also a character on my list.
That's so funny. Do you know if he's wearing a hat? Since you did extensive research on it.
I think it's weird for him to put a light on his hat.
I think,
but also that's what you do in real life. So
according to Wikipedia, which hey, I didn't vet this. In February 2018, allegedly, according to Wikipedia, Yoshiaki Koizumi confirmed that the mushroom on Toad's head is part of his body and not a hat.
Okay, that's what I imagined.
That's what I thought too. But it's also there were like other searches include is Toad wearing a diaper or pants? Like this is a long. But then mind you, he's talking about Toad. Technically, Captain Toad is different than Toad.
Yeah, but they're all Toads. So
yeah, but he's like different. Like he's a distinct.
He's a
person.
distinct Toad, but he is still a Toad. He's still of the Toad species.
Maybe he's a spin-off species.
I don't think so.
So they're all born captains. Dun, 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 dun.
Okay, that was good. All right, my turn.
Yeah, because that was mine. Yeah, it's your turn.
All right, I'm gonna choose this character.
Okay.
All right, I'm ready.
I'm ready.
No, you ain't.
Is this a human?
No.
Is this an animal?
I think.
Well, I guess is Crash Bandicoot an animal? Yeah. He's like I forgot what he is.
Like
he's a
wombat or something.
Bandicoot. I don't know. Crash Bandicoot.
I'm gonna.
So you said you guessed so?
Not a contemporary animal.
Well, is it an animal the way like Pokemon are animals?
Closer to that.
Okay. Is this the lead character in their game?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, let's see. Lead character, animal. Is this a Lombax?
No.
Okay. It's not Wretched. Does this have a console association? Like platform, I guess. You don't
No.
Okay.
Well, technically yes.
Okay, but like not anymore.
No. Let me do a quick.
Yeah,
quick
sure.
search.
Okay. Let's see. Is this character from... Do you like this game?
Yes.
Do I like this game?
Yes.
We both like this game. It's an animal.
It does not have a singular platform. I would say that when you think of this game, you probably think of one platform,
right?
But it's on.
It's an animal that we both like it.
That would be different.
I don't think you ever liked Yoshi, so I don't think it's Yoshi. And Yoshi's also very clearly an animal.
Animal might be a stretch. I'll give you that.
Is it a robot wearing a fur?
No. I'll give you creature. I'll tell you that.
Creature.
I think creature is a better descriptor of an animal.
Is this a platformer?
No.
There's not a lot of game where you play a creature. Huh. Is this character purple?
Nope.
It's not Spyro. Okay.
For the record, I would say Spyro is an animal.
Yeah, because he's a dragon. Yeah. That's why I was like, I don't know. I figured. Also, we both don't really like it like that, to be honest. I wouldn't mind replaying them for fun, but I don't think they're very good games. Which I didn't know when I was like 6. I was just having fun because I was a dragon.
Cover your ears.
Yeah. I just dumb over. I love these games. Okay. Okay. Is this creature small? Like compared to like the environment it's in? Or is like the environment like kind of significantly bigger than the creature kind of thing?
It's small. I would say it's
small creature.
Normal character.
Does this creature walk on 2 feet or like 2 like limbs?
No.
So does it have 4 like limbs? Yes. Okay, so I'm picturing. Ooh, it's kind of like it looks gross in my mind. Something on all fours. Is this a 2D game?
Yes.
It's 2D. This is so strange. I don't know any game that like fits this. I like you like and I like. Did we play this game like together?
No.
Is this game like pre 2010?
No.
Is this franchise still active?
There's only been one.
Oh, there's only been one. Okay.
So hard to answer that.
There's only been one. Both of us like it. Would you say this is like a popular game / franchise? Like, or whatever?
I would say people know this.
People know this.
Our
on
listeners
all
know
fours.
this game.
It's not Banjo because Banjo's not on all fours. He like stands up. That's how he plays his banjo. It's this whole thing. But on all fours. Okay, this is this a Nintendo character? No, because you said it doesn't have a platform. It's not a specific platform.
Again, there's a platform where most people have probably
and there's only one, so it can't be
it.
Donkey Kong. That's the only thing I can think of that we like both like. And also he's so clearly an animal too. Man, this one's tough. A creature. Does this creature have like a gender, or is it just like Yoshi, where Yoshi's just Yoshi
no gender.
and Kirby's just Kirby? Actually, I don't know if Yoshi's just Yoshi, but I know Kirby's just Kirby. On all fours. What the heck? Does this character have like friends?
I don't think so.
That's so sad.
I don't think so.
Okay, let's see. Does this character? It says it's not a platformer. Oh, is this no? Because that's like a cat is so clearly an animal. It's not Stray. And that also had a specific platformer. It was PlayStation. On all fours, and it's a creature. It's not an animal. God, why am I not asking that shit? And I realize I know it must be frustrating to listen to this because I'm not asking like anything. I'm trying to think of what would help me actually narrow it down. Does this creature have fur?
Unclear.
It's unclear. How is that possible? It's unclear if they have fur.
I would imagine,
is this
but it's unclear.
It can't be it. Is this like a car?
No.
Like a creature?
No.
Carby? It's unclear if they have fur. We like this game. Is this a action adventure game?
Nope.
Is this a shooter?
Nope.
What kind of genre would this be? Is this like a tactics game?
Oh, what? Tactics? No.
There's not that many genres left that would have a creature in it. Is this one of your trick questions?
No.
Okay.
No. You'll tell me at the end if I led you astray, but I don't think I have yet.
Gosh. Is this... And I forgot, what did you say about like when did it come out? Like what?
You didn't ask and I didn't say. It didn't come out before 2010 is what you asked.
Oh, yeah. And it didn't come out before 2010.
It did not. It is newer than 2010.
Okay. And you said it's a popular game. Is it a like critically acclaimed game?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like 80 plus on Metacritic kind of thing.
Yes, 80 plus on Metacritic.
Okay. Was this for this generation? Like PS5 or whatever?
I would say yeah. Yeah.
It was on this generation. So then did I play this while I was in LA?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, I think you would have had to.
I played this while I was in LA. A creature.
No, LA. Well, LA maybe not, but definitely California.
Okay. Oh, I'm trying to think what I was playing at the time.
Because I don't know when you exactly played it.
Yeah. I'm trying to form in my mind what I played. Did I play this?
To clean a picture.
Yeah. Well, you don't know when I played it.
Yeah.
So. Damn. Did I cover this game for work?
I don't think so.
Okay. That's also weird. This is so hard. I don't know what even I could. Oh God.
Maybe lock in the genre.
I can't. I asked so many genres.
It's not shooter. It's not.
It's not action adventure. It's not platformer. Is it a puzzle game?
It is a puzzle game.
It's a puzzle game.
Puzzle game with a creature on all fours.
Oh, I got it. Is it Baba's You?
Yeah, Baba.
Baba. Okay. Yeah.
I don't think I led you astray with any of those answers. It's just I don't know if it has fur.
I agree. I think it's unclear that it has fur. It definitely is a creature, not an animal. It was very critically acclaimed.
Did you play it in LA or did you play it?
I played it in California.
Okay.
And I did play it for work.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, but that's fine. You don't know every project that I work on. But at least in part, like I did some work with it.
Sure.
But yeah, okay. That was fair. That was so tough to envision. Like, yeah, okay. Yeah.
I will say
that worked out. Like once I got the genre, it made it a lot easier.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was your comment?
I was gonna say I think that is only the second hardest one I have.
Okay.
So should be good from here on out.
All right, that was Video Game Guess Who, a game in which I forgot every game character that's ever existed.
No, legit.
So, it's not so easy from the other side of the screen or the audio. So, before you judge, you just know that, I'm someone's everything, depending on who you pick. It's like, hey, I too am just a soul walking this earth, allegedly. I'm just Mushroom Kingdom's not on Earth, I guess. But yeah, a lot of fun. We did end up cutting some of the ones for sake of time because, as you can see, it took a while to get some of these answers. So some bonus ones will appear on our TikTok, Instagram Reels. Probably we'll drop them on our Twitter as well. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah.
And now for our not game section, we are going to be talking snack/chain eras.
Yeah.
So snack foods, chain restaurants that we've gone to over the years, or like snacks we've consumed. I'll kick it off. I was a very picky eater growing up, and I ate very little. Like, how I often don't finish plates now, though I've gotten a little better at that now that I've been working out a lot more and been inside baseball. We took a break, and I'm like, I have to eat. I'm so hungry because all we had was cereal before this, which is all we normally have. But for some reason, I got ravenously hungry. And like one of the things I made was actually something I ate a lot in this time that I didn't even put on the list, but was like a sandwich, like a very, very, like just bread.
Like deli meat?
Yeah, just deli meat, like a ham or turkey or whatever. And then Flamin' Hot Cheetos layered on it.
Yeah, like in the sandwich. Mm-hmm. Oh, man.
Constantly. One of my favorite childhood memories was making a double decker of those sandwiches. Sitting at my kitchen table. It was a summer night. I was like, and I had this whole thing planned out. Like, this sounds so pathetic, but I think it was actually awesome. Like, it sounds whack. And even as a kid, I'm like, this is kind of whack, but I was excited, so I didn't care. I was like, okay, one of these days I'm going to and I don't even know what I was relaxing from. I guess schoolwork or something.
Oh,
but
yeah,
it was
the laborious life of a 8-year-old.
Hey, it wasn't a great childhood, so I don't know, but I'm like, okay, I'm going to watch Batman Begins, and I'm going to eat a double decker sandwich. So I made it's like the bread, the ham, hot Cheetos, another thing of bread, more ham, hot Cheetos in the top. And I had set that up. I had the UMD of Batman Begins on my PSP. And I just had that. I think the brand was Logitech. Might have been a different brand. I had these Logitech speakers. That were, and mind you too, the speakers back then, stuff was really expensive. And prices of things increase over time. But I do think with certain aspects of tech, the price actually goes down on a lot of those like more basic technologies. It's kind of like how that TV I bought a million years ago was like, oh, like 1,000 plus, but by multiple thousands. Now you can buy like a theater with that price, essentially, because it's always going down with those things. So it was one of those situations where like today I think this would be like not that expensive of a peripheral, but at the time it was like I think it was like $70 or $80 to get these Logitech speakers, and you plug them into the PSP. And you can set it up, and it's like nice because it kind of like elevates the PSP a little bit, and you finally get good sound. Because if you listen to the PSP like out loud off the speakers, and the speakers are like it's kind of like it's coming through a rain gutter type of thing. And you could put on headphones too, but I've never been. I try to avoid headphones at home. I'm just gonna get scared, whatever. People are gonna call me and not know they have the headphones on. They're gonna be mad, And like I remember because the dining room, I had the lights shut off, but the kitchen light was on because we had a kitchen that was almost completely enclosed, but it had like a doorway opening. Like it'd be like if everything else was walled, but like one wall didn't get put up almost. Like not like it was intentional, but so it wasn't quite open concept, but like you could look into the dining room from the kitchen very easily. It's just that there's wall, like behind the stove is a wall, like everything else is walled. So that light was on, and I enjoyed that sandwich, and I was like, this is whack, but this is like awesome. Like I'm having such a good time. It's a good night. But yeah, generally I was a picky eater, and I think one of my other, next to that sandwich thing that I just remembered, one of my other core memories was the Kraft mac and cheese box. I went to go visit my cousins I don't know if they were in Wisconsin or Boston at the time, but we went to their place and they I was hungry, so they made me like the box of mac and cheese, but the whole box of the mac and cheese, and they served it to me in like one of those like serving bowl. It wasn't even a real bowl. It was like the full size strainer kind of thing of just the mac and cheese. And I remember eating it and people being like, she's not going to finish all that though. That's like, cause I was like, really small too. I've always been small. And I ate that whole thing. And that's honestly like, it was one of my proudest moments to this day is like, yo, remember when I ate all that Kraft mac and cheese? Like, I don't even know if I could, well, maybe now I could, cause I feel like that's double the size.
Almost a lot for like me now.
That's what I'm saying.
Of just Kraft mac and cheese, that's a lot. For me.
I went to town on that thing, and it was so light work. Light work putting away this mac and cheese. But what were you up to while I was eating my double-decker Flamin' Hot sandwiches and my mac and cheese?
I'm not gonna lie, the double-decker Flamin' Hot sandwiches, that's a vibe.
Yeah.
Like, I never did that, but I could see.
Have you ever put the Cheetos in there, though? The hot Cheetos?
Maybe like a once or twice. I know people did it.
It's good.
I know it was a thing.
It's even good now. Now when we get the peppers and stuff, like it's gonna be really good.
I know it's good. I was a very simple man at 9 years old. For me, my big ones, this is like my corner store era. It was a corner store like, a block or two away from where I grew up. So at a moment's notice, you get like $3 from your parents or something. You go there, you're a king. Especially back in the aughts when things were affordable. The early aughts, late 90s, things were affordable.
Back when $5 meant something. You could really do something with that.
They had we had Huggies, which I knew them as Huggies growing up. Apparently, like if I know later on I found out that people in the city and New York City who were born and raised there and stuff, they call them quarter waters.
Quarter waters, yeah.
Never heard of quarter water before in my life. It was always Huggy. That's crazy.
That's what I know them as, but I don't know if that's even a Chicago thing or that might just be a like hip hop thing where I hear where I would hear rappers call them quarter waters. So like I've only ever thought of them as quarter waters.
Really?
The brand is Huggies.
The brand
though,
is
right?
Huggies, yeah.
Yeah, I think of them as I think honestly, because I don't even know if it's like a person-to-person thing. I think it's just the when 50 Cent dropped I Get Money, he said, I took quarter waters, bought it and sold it for $2. Now Coca-Cola came and bought it for something. What the fuck? Like that was a lot. Yeah.
No, that's right. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, when he said that, I was like, okay, mental note. These are quarter waters.
But yeah, no. Huggies were a staple. Freezies. There's a lot of E's in the corner store back then. Freezy, do you know what Freezy is?
The ice pops?
Yeah, like the ones in like the clear plastic like tube.
Yeah, the ones I would get, maybe they're still Freezies, is I'd get the ones at the grocery store that come with like a million. We gotta do that again.
Yeah. No, they were good. Yeah,
because like you buy like for like $2, you get like 300 of them.
Hell yeah. Then they had the Giants, which were just like the big ones of those. Like if the normal one is like the size you're thinking of, right? Like, a little like
Oh my
your
God.
finger. The giants were like literally like a tube, like those big chorizo tubes we have.
Yeah.
Imagine that, but like freezy and like
longer
and like this long, like a legit like a yardstick.
It's like a carnival kind of thing.
No, it was fantastic, and they were like I don't know, like $3 maybe. Like it was actually probably less than that because it's just water and sugar.
A little bit of sugar. Yeah.
So yeah, no, those were the staples. Same for like Capri Sun. Like I was a big snack kind of person, right? So we're getting honey buns in that era. We're getting the Olts chips, which were like the
it's Olts? I thought it was Utz.
Oh, maybe it is Utz. You know what? It is Utz. Yeah. I always say Olts. But yes, Utz chips. Used to get like the barbecue. My barber shop had like my barber, who was like an old guy at the time. He would get snacks almost like Costco style, and just to have them in his shop, so that whenever you're there, little kid want a snack, whatever, cool, give him a quarter for the bag of chips, like reselling it basically at face value. Excuse me, but he would get those in bulk, and so like I grew up Utz. I associate Utz with getting my hair cut to that point where it's like cool, that great. And then we have the chains, right? Jumping into hot and spices at McDonald's.
Yeah.
Which I didn't know were elementary, middle school.
Okay, in middle school.
Yeah.
I was like, you were like 5 years old eating them hot and spicy.
Yeah. Yo, you go to the doctors and then you're coming late and they're like, oh, you stop and you bring McDonald's. You're the cool kid. You brought McDonald's to school because you had a doctor's appointment that morning or something. Yeah, give me a hot and spicy.
No one ever
hot
doing
and
that for
spicy.
me.
That was my go-to. The hot and spicy and a small fry was elite. And I didn't know that hot and spices were like regional. Like not every McDonald's had hot and spices on the dollar menu.
I don't think I was looking for. I don't think I kept an eye out for the hot and spicy. So I don't know if.
Oh really?
I don't know if the hot and spicy was in Chicago. Maybe it was. Maybe it wasn't.
Maybe yeah.
I don't know.
So hot and spicy.
It's like a chicken sandwich, though, right? It's like a hot McChicken.
It's a hot chicken sandwich. Yeah.
Is it just like a hot McChicken? We had a spicy McChicken.
It's a hot and spicy McChicken. So like.
Oh, okay, yeah. We had a spicy McChicken. Yeah.
Okay. Then we just.
I'm pretty sure. Maybe we got it late or something. I'm pretty sure we had a hot and spicy McChicken.
I think they eventually rolled out more.
Remember that?
Wide, but my beef and bean burritos.
Yeah.
The Tina's. If you know, is like I think it's Tina's. Comes in. They have like the wrappers are all like kind of different colors associated with the flavor. Where the beef and bean was brown. There's like the nacho cheese, which is like orange or something like that. There's like a red one that's just like red bean. I'll throw up some pictures all in posts for all these snacks. But if you knew what these are, we're peoples. It was
like a grocery store kind of.
Yeah, but they also just sold them at corner
the corner store.
Yeah,
really?
Yeah.
You would just reaching into the freezer and there would be like the bean burritos.
The same way they have like Hot Pockets or something. They would have these little beef and bean burritos.
I never had this until I met you, and then you had like a freezer full of them. Yeah, when we were living in the last apartment we had.
Yeah.
And I would like every now and then if I was like desperate to eat something, I'm like, I have one of the bean burritos. They're pretty decent. Like for what they are. Obviously, it's not like going to be, it's a frozen meal. Like it's only going to be so good. They were very solid, but not like there's nothing about it that makes it inherently funny, but I found it funny how much you like love those. Like,
it was like really good.
It was really part of like when you got defeated in battle, a bean burrito. When you left,
that was like my sense of being.
Yeah, no, I just mean like like the joke of like when you fight somebody and like what do they drop from their inventory? A bean burrito would have been on the ground for me to pick up.
No, that's fair. I think the best part too is that like for Hot Pockets too. When I was a kid growing up, our corner store had the microwave. Yeah. So you could like get your snack and then immediately heat up your Hot Pocket and like eat it on the walk home kind of thing.
I feel like that's like insane.
So it was so good.
Did you do that a lot?
Yeah.
You just how far away was it from your house?
Again, it's like a block or two kind of thing. Okay. Like closer from like here to our local grocery store kind of thing,
Yeah, I feel that. I had a corner store really close to me at one point in my life, but not growing up. For me, I also did eat the Hot Pockets. My favorite were the ham and cheese.
Oh, really? I feel like you were either a ham and cheese or a pepperoni person.
I liked both of them. I liked the ham and cheese and pepperoni. Sometimes I do like the burrito one to be funky. Sometimes I would do the breakfast one. I think there was like a breakfast Hot Pocket.
That sounds right. It sounds gross also.
It was gross. Look, again, not a lot of people involved in the overarching how do I get fed in the morning? That kind of dropped. Like I stopped getting breakfast made for me when I was like in like sixth grade, maybe sixth was last year, like fifth or sixth grade. It's like, hey, you want breakfast? You make your own breakfast, or you pour yourself some cereal. I'm not making you breakfast. And that was fair. Like, honestly, and this sounds so sad, but I don't think I got breakfast made for me again until like I lived with like you, or maybe like Maggie at one point. I'm sure she made me breakfast at some point. But yeah, because then also we just skip breakfast because it's like, okay, well, whatever. So like, yeah, so you making me these breakfast sandwiches, I'm like, oh my God, I get this all the time. Like, yeah, I'm like, we came from Hot Pocket breakfast to homemade breakfast sandwiches. So some of my other like childhood ones were, so I think you might know this because I might have told you at some point, but I think I only told you like once, so you might not remember. Mm-hmm. I had snack time growing up, designated snack time.
Like at home?
Yeah, at home.
Not at like a daycare, or
at home.
At home.
At home. So snack time, I would sometimes I would get my snack myself. Sometimes my parents would get it for me. I know one time my dad made me my snack. I mean, he didn't make it because he just picked some cookies out of a box. But like he like prepped it. He asked me like, "Oh, what do you want for your snack?" And it was funny because I vividly remember that day because I asked for one thing and he brought me something else. And he was really proud of how he said it. He brought me what do they call them? I'm gonna try to get the name of it.
Crackers, right?
The cookie wafers, the ones that have the 3 colors. Mm-hmm. There's like pink, and then there's yellow, like brown and yellow. Yeah, they're called sugar wafers. Keebler makes a kind, but like we ain't have the Keebler one. We had like the
really
Aldi
gross one. Yeah,
one.
Like,
I didn't think they were gross.
I the ones I knew of were gross because like a day after you open that package, they're stale. Like you
gotta seal it back. You gotta like use a chip clip or something.
You could not save those crackers.
No, you just seal them back. We even sometimes we had like containers we'd put stuff in, like those kind of thing. We put like that into a container. Yeah, so we had like whatever the off-brand kind of those wafers. And I remember my dad had like stacked them like 1, 2, like in a little like tower for me. And he was really like pleased with it. And I was like, I gotta be honest, like I asked for something else and he has to come back. Which as an adult, I would have just, I don't know, maybe it's better to be honest, right? I'm not sure, but I felt like I didn't need to do that to him. But yeah, so we'd have snack time. That's where I'd have stuff like, I did have a couple brand name foods. It's not like we never ate brand name. Like all our chips were, I mean not all, but we had like brand name soda, like Coca-Cola, like stuff like that. But we also sometimes probably had like an RC Cola and stuff like that. But we did have some key brand names. One of them is the Keebler Cookies Fudge Stripes.
Oh, those are good.
And again, my hands are so tiny. I would put them on my on the tip of my finger. Ring. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that was the move. Those were good.
Yeah, those are really good.
Something
that was always nasty to me, but I did eat a good amount of Fig Newtons.
I'm with you on that.
And they're not like nasty, but they're kind of like, they feel very functional.
Yes. It's like, to me, it was like a kid's version of like a Cliff Bar. It's like, why am I eating this instead of something that looks bad for me? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I felt like this was like how I stayed like well-rounded, like dietary-wise. I don't know. And it was a weird love-hate because they definitely weren't, I never thought they were good, but I did kind of enjoy them. So like we got them regularly and it wasn't like they were forced on us to my memory. Some other key snacks, I absolutely loved the Mondo fruit squeezers. So go ahead and Google this. It's spelled exactly like Mondo. Obviously, we'll put the assets in for the video version. But a lot of people had the Kool-Aid. What was the Kool-Aid made a version of this?
Oh.
That was like, was it Kool-Aid Jammers?
Yeah. Was this the one that had the little bird that you snap off the top? Okay. Yeah.
What were the Kool-Aid versions called?
They're not Jammers. Kool-Aid Jammers were a thing.
Kool-Aid Bursts. If you were a child of certain means,
yes,
you might remember.
Not like that. Not to be.
Wow.
Not to throw shade or anything
like that.
Look,
for my real ones out there, for those of you who, all my people with student loan debt, all my people with, I don't even know. We don't actually. I'll be honest. It wasn't that deep. Like we were a lower middle class family. Like we were not like struggling by any means, but we also maybe didn't spend a lot on like certain things, That's
fair.
Yeah, we definitely had our frugal bursts, and this was one of them. Yes, you had Kool-Aid bursts. Honestly, we need to do you drink a Mondo and I drink a Kool-Aid burst, because I don't know if I probably have had Kool-Aid burst at some point in my life.
Oh, probably.
But we need to do like a taste, like a versus.
Yeah. It was like when I had you try Calypso for the first time.
Yeah, that was cool. I thought it was interesting. It was different. It was a vibe. But yeah, so I mean, for anyone who doesn't know, it's basically just like a Kool-Aid type drink in a little bottle, and you you snap off the top. The official name is Mondo as like the brand. You can look up Mondo Red Fruit Squeezers and see one of them. I just called them squeezers. Like, oh, I want a squeezer. And that would be the thing. And this was like a very big staple for us in general. But when we went to my grandma's house, my grandma was huge on like, I'm going to like spoil my grandkids kind of vibe. So she bought us like all the snacks we wanted. And she's also who bought us most of our like entertainment. Like she bought us our consoles when we got them. She bought us each a TV for our room. Again, cool. I'm sure back then it was like a lot of money for that kind of TV, even though it was just like a little TV. Yeah, that was huge. My mom worked at a laundromat for many, many years. Like most of my years of my childhood into like pretty far. I know at one point she like lost that job or whatever, but she was there for like forever. And because of that, it was like, I mean, not every laundromat has this, but some laundromats have like little things you can do. Like ours had like some arcade machines and some like food and stuff.
Yeah.
So, and one of the foods they had, besides like maybe RC soda or something like that, they had Vintner's chips. So I ate a good amount of those at some point. Yeah, Vintner's is a brand that I think we've looked this up before and determined that it might be only like it's underneath Utz actually. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's an Utz brand. But apparently, like Vintner's, I think it might just be it's labeled as a Chicago snack. I don't know if it's in other regions. But okay, when we go to Chicago, and I'll check. Maybe it is in other places. Like I'm not trying to be like, oh, it's only in Chicago. But I definitely need to get you some Vintner's. So they had like the Vintner's crunchy curls, and they were so much hotter than Flamin' Hots, dude. It was like eating the sun. Now I'm sure, like if I ate them now as an adult, maybe I'd be less dramatic about it. But they were like, them Vintner's crunchy curls meant business. Like. Oh my God, I want to cry thinking about them. It's so hot. So yeah, they were just kind of like off-brand or maybe like alternative brand. I would say I wouldn't call Vintner's necessarily full off-brand, but it was very clear that they were pulling from like, let's see what Lay's is doing, what Frito's doing and stuff. It kind of felt like that. Now I don't know who maybe came first. Maybe they were more innovative than getting them credit for. But it was like, kind of off the beaten path chips. Like I can't get those today easily. The same way that like Utz isn't really around here, right?
No.
Like not really.
No, I couldn't tell you the last time I saw a bag here.
Yeah. So that's that. Going back to snack time, oatmeal cream pies. Big.
Those are good.
I still eat those sometimes. Yeah. They're really good.
Yeah.
And then we sometimes will get White Castle, like the White Castle crave case.
I hadn't had White Castle. White Castle was introduced to me later on, like late high school. Just because I don't think there was really any White Castles in Buffalo growing up. Really? And it wasn't until we went to go visit family down south that like on the road trips and stuff, we'd stop, get White Castle. We'd get like, again, because we didn't have it, especially if we're going down, like if we were driving down south.
You don't gotta justify anything to me, Richie Rich. It's okay.
No. We get
You're
like the
I'd
big
eat
like
my
50
Kool-Aid
box.
jammer, and then I.
No, so White Castle sold like the 50 box like package or whatever, and so like sometimes when we were driving down to family, and we know like a bunch of people are gonna be there when we show up and blah blah blah, we'll stop and get one of those, eat them on our drive, and then like when we get there, all your cousins, your aunts, and uncles, everyone takes, I don't know, like 3 or 4 because they're so small.
They're so small.
Sandwiches.
When's the last time you had White Castle?
Honestly, well over a decade.
Yeah.
No. That's a lie. Someone brought them into the IGN office.
Oh. Okay.
This I don't know if this was you were there or if you even knew or were around or blah blah blah.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
So since like 2017, but
I haven't had them in a really long time. You know what else is like kind of traumatic for me is we used to sometimes get. And like I don't know why my family did this because they were not good. Like one thing that I hated about like the dinner, because here's the thing, like we didn't really cook like that. So it's like a lot of frozen foods. Like the rice was like fresh, whatever. But like a lot of the main entree was frozen. Like most of my food was frozen. So like we would get sometimes the frozen White Castle, and bro, that shit is so bad.
I would not imagine as good.
So it's hard for me to imagine what and even I've had real White Castle, and I remember enjoying it, but it's tough for me to remember it and not think of like the bad. Yeah, like whenever you get like, oh, it's TGI Fridays, like potato wedges, like they're not, like they're just like they don't work.
It's
so
not.
I'm not sure if they're like nasty or if I'm like conflating it with the frozen version, but I'd be interested to get it again. And I was always a fan of the fact that because they're so small, like the fact that you can get like the crave case is 30, I believe, of them.
Yeah, something like that.
And it's like, yeah, it's just fun. Yeah. Just a tower of little burgers. Yeah. It's just a good time. I think my last one for this era was a shot to a small chain, maybe like slightly franchised, Nikki's Hot Dogs in Chicago. I know there's at least 2 or 3 locations back in the day.
Oh, okay.
But again, that's much more of a small chain. But we had one by our house that was like incredible. And I ate there like all the time. And that thing was dope because it was just like good ass food. Again, it was like it's a little bit of a cheat because it's not like it's a Chili's or something. But
Sure.
That was definitely in there for really elementary school, middle school, and like the beginning of high school. Back when I lived there, like I would.
Just a staple.
If it was here now, like I would do anything for that to be here now. Like if I could just copy paste. But like that era with that, like with like the Greek guy and like his friend that worked in the back or whatever. Like I want those guys specifically. Yep. I mean. Honestly, he was old when I was like young, so I kind of it is that dark thing of like
that too hard,
it is that dark thing of like like I don't know, but I'll tell you one thing: if there's a heaven, that man's in there. I don't know anything about his personal life. Maybe he's not a good person. I don't know, but to me, he's salt of the earth. I love that man.
For me, I guess running out the era, we got hot fries, the Andy Caps. Hot fries.
Oh, Andy Caps.
I think that was the brand.
When you wrote hot fries, I thought it was gonna be the Cheetos hot fries.
No. This was like I don't even know if Cheetos had hot fries before this. Like,
oh my god, I forgot. I forgot about Andy Caps.
Yeah, Andy Caps hot fries were
what the heck?
Those were my hot Cheetos before hot Cheetos. Like I didn't even know hot Cheetos. I don't even know if hot Cheetos existed.
I guess this was your Vintner's Crunchy Curls. Basically.
Yeah, these were bangers. If you know, you know. I'm gonna say that a lot this episode, I'm sure. But really, if you knew the Andy's Caps hot fries, you were a real one.
Even if you don't know it, if you look up the image, like the logo, I'm like, I've seen this.
The guy with the little like newspaper boy hat with a big nose, and he's just like popping a fry in his mouth. Or
yeah,
something.
Like I don't know where. Like, have you seen this man? Like, I've seen this man. You know,
he's yelling extra, extra, like in between bites. Yeah. You know what I mean? There was that, and then a staple for when. Again, this is like elementary, middle school. When you're going on field trips and stuff, I used to beg my parents, "Hey, can I
everyone
get
wanted
me
Lunchables? Yeah,
the mega pizza Lunchables, not the regular."
That's where
Lunchables.
You were. I was lucky if I got the Lunchables
because the megas had the crust. The pizza, I used to get the pizza. Sorry, I'm knocking into the mic. I used to get the pizza. It would come with 2 pizzas. The regulars came with 3, so you take a downgrade there. But the pizzas there was actually like bread. It wasn't just like big cracker. It was like a bread with like a little raised little crust on the edge. You put it all in there. It was so good.
I think that fucking Lunchables pizza is so fucking nasty. I always thought that shit was nasty.
I mean,
it's like cold as fuck. And I know you can eat cold pizza, but I'm sick just thinking about it. That shit was so. I always passed on that. I hate it like once to see what it's like.
You are wild.
And then the sauce never even fully covered the thing it was saucing. It was just it was bad.
You're insane.
I feel like it was like Lunchables would make it whack. It's like, okay, Lunchables, it's a pizza, but it's a shitty pizza.
No, it was the best pizza. It was the best. Like, you were such a cool kid. You had it. That was the move.
I will say the people that like the Lunchables, the pizza Lunchables, ride for it. Like, they love it. I don't know how popular it is to not like it. Like, maybe I'm on the small side of history, but I think it was common to think that one was nasty. Maybe it wasn't.
I don't think it was common to think it was nasty. I think you would be, you know what? I know what this week's poll is going to be.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Or maybe just like best Lunchable and we put like a couple of them. I don't know.
And then to round it off, classic, still holding us down to this day, the Arizona iced tea. Like the 99 cents, it's printed on the can. I don't think they raised their price.
No, I think they talked about it the other day. But I thought, wasn't there a thing where they raised their price? I don't know.
I think stores put prices over their label.
Oh.
And I think there was like some sort of conflict between them and stores that would do that, where they would stop supplying to those stores and stuff.
Okay, yeah, no, they're locked in, yeah.
Still 99 cents to this day. You used to get those. The Arnold Palmer put that on the map. The lemonade iced tea
I got
mix.
that for my high school.
Classic.
Yeah, like another thing that I ate a lot though for snacks was Matt's cookies.
I don't know
Matt's
what that
chocolate
is.
chip cookies. Okay, specifically, I have to show you exactly what bag because they changed the bag. This is the bag that I remember. It's like brown with like a checker thing.
Yeah.
This bag of cookies was the loudest bag of cookies. The loudest any food item has ever been packaged. Like, first of all, you had to, I don't know if I think they have updated the packaging to like a red packaging that's like different. Yeah. But the original brown, first of all, you had to cut it open. There was no perforation. They had a very clear scissors mark in the dotted line.
That's so
Strike
funny.
1, you had to cut this thing open.
You need
Strike
tools.
2, when you pulled the tray out, like it was crazy. And then even louder, putting it back in because you kind of got to lift the bag and shimmy it through. It was so loud. And the reason that mattered at all is because like, even though we didn't have like, my family sometimes was kind of like on like when you ate snacks, like if you ate it before dinner, it's like, oh, you're ruining your appetite. If you eat it after, it might just be like I don't really like that you're taking all these cookies. Like, I don't know. Like, there was a lot of policing of the snack. But then also, I know they knew we were eating the snacks. So it's kind of like, I don't know. It was a whole thing. But it was kind of like a, don't let me catch you getting snacks. Even though it's like, so sometimes we would like.
We're buying them, but don't let us watch you eat them.
Yeah. There's a lot going on. Too much to unpack in this episode. But so it would be a lot of like, you know, me and my brother Edwin, he's 6 years older than me. Like, it's like when we'd get snacks, sometimes they'd be like, okay, you go down to the kitchen, and then like you say hi, and then you like shove a bunch of snacks in your pocket, and then you come up acting like you did nothing in the kitchen. It was weird. I don't know. Again, I'm sure many people can relate to like
now I
weird.
see where the ocean's love comes from.
Yeah, or the being quiet in the morning. Like I was just taught to like you don't wake people up. Like you have to be quiet. Like that's just it's a lot of conditioning. But the Mets cookies are really good. They have like a very like baked feeling to them, and then if you put them in the microwave for a little bit, they get a little ooey. Super nice. Good times.
Yeah, so coming to or from school. Again, this is high school, right? So first of all, during the lunch of my high school, I don't know how yours worked. We had a cafeteria, and we had like stations almost in our cafeteria where like, you can get into different lines and get different foods. But they also had the machines, like
very luxurious
vending machines.
life.
Yeah.
No, my high school was bougie as hell, so it's actually not that my high school was even broke. But
in one of the vending machines, the drink vending machine, they had these intense milk machines where
intense milk.
I used to get the strawberry flavor. It was like a blue label with big white intense and like kind of graffiti font. Again, I'll throw some pictures up on the video podcast for all.
I'm
the
nauseous
viewers.
just looking at this image.
I downed at least 2 of those a day because they were like $1, and it was like, oh, cool, easy spend. But yeah, just quickly jumping through. Once you got home from school. Again, stopping at that corner store again, get some Nutty Buddies. We got the box here on the wall.
Yeah, I love Nutty Buddies.
My mom put me on the Nutty Buddies.
Really?
She used to love Nutty Buddies, and I used to take them from her, and she'd be mad when she like goes to get the last one, and I took it. So that was always fun.
All right, and our final one is like adulthood, basically. So kind of a mesh of, really just like the last, I guess it's 20 years. Is it really 20 years? 10 years.
10 years.
Thank God. I was like, oh.
Like 20 years.
I'm like, oh my God, how old are we? So like the last 10 years, for kind of like college stuff, I was really into the ramune. Is that how you pronounce that? Those drinks where you had like, you press down on the ball at the top and then it like fizzed.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. I don't think I ever really had them.
I love
had them
those.
Before,
I need to bring those back. Like it was so much fun. Another like friend introduced me once and I was like, bet, we had them at our like campus store.
For me, this is really now kind of just getting more into the now era. Big one for me, Raising Cane's. Still love Raising Cane's. Still down to go there. I never had it.
Raising Cane's.
Again, I bring him again. Arthur. I went to go visit Arthur in Boston one time, and that's where he took me to Raising Cane's for the first time. And I'm thinking like, oh, it's chicken fingers. How good can chicken fingers be? I'm team Raising Cane's. And I agree that the chicken fingers are good, but it's not that the chicken fingers are necessarily great. It's that the chicken fingers mixed with the Raising Cane's sauce kills it. With that toast.
The toast. That's what I was going to say. The toast really.
All of it together. Phenomenal.
The toast really elevates it. My first Raising Cane's was my friend Jess is originally from Vegas, and they had Raising Cane's there, and then news dropped that like a Raising Cane's is coming to the Chicago area. So it wasn't in Chicago proper. I don't think. Maybe it was. So like don't at me too much if it was. But I remember it being kind of like a far-ish drive. Chicago speaking, which is like I don't know. We also have heavy traffic, so it's like another thing. But we're like, okay, let's go out there, and we all went together and had it. And not gonna lie, I think at the time, like it did hit, but I wasn't like necessarily mind blown by it. But it is but like now I've warmed even more up to it the more I've had it because it's so delicious. Like nothing matches it. No, and you can't get unlike a lot of like at least with like a McDonald's to a Burger King to a Wendy's, like they're all like hamburgers. They're very different tasting hamburgers, but it's all hamburgers. No one's even doing chicken tenders like at all, like as a main thing. Some places have chicken tenders, like you can get like McDonald's chicken nuggets. Those are nuggets, but like I think Wingstop might have some tenders now too. But like they're dominating the tender. They got no competition, and they're also killing it. So like, who's gonna step to Raising Cane's? Yeah. I'm excited to see the answer because I'm always looking. Yeah, I'm down for more chicken tenders, but they're so good.
That and then something that I didn't get into until I was an adult, boba.
Yeah.
I don't know where it's been all my life. I love boba. It's
Isaiah
so good.
loves boba.
Give me a Thai iced tea boba. Ideally, if you can blend it, even better. Throw them little boba bubbles. I don't know what you call them. Throw them in.
They're like tapioca balls, right?
I think so. Yeah, sounds right. I think that's what boba is. Yeah, no, it tastes so good. The key again is to blend it. Not every place here will do that. Some of them they just give it to you like the tea, the ice, and the boba inside. And that's fine. I'll take that. But if you can blend it so that it's like a slushy with boba, like the tapioca balls in it, oh man, elite.
All right, that's it for this week. You can send us your questions and topics to email inbox@gamesandnotgames.com. You can follow the podcast version of the show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Pocket Casts, and everywhere else you get your podcasts. If you enjoyed the show, be sure to give us that 5-star rating.
Yeah. And if you're an audio listener, remember you can always see the video version over on YouTube at Games and Not Games. If you like the video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, let us know what you liked, what your favorite snacks were. Doing any of this helps us kind of surface the video in front of more people, grow the community, and get a bigger outreach. Lastly, you could also follow us on social media. We're on Twitter/X at Games and Not, and everywhere else at Games and Not Games. That's Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, TikTok, etc. And then lastly, every episode we try to do a poll of the show. Last week we asked
Poll of the show.
poll of the show. Last week we asked, what's the best movie from the Ocean's franchise? Overwhelmingly, Ocean's 11 came in with the win at 74%. Ocean's 12 and 13 got no votes.
No votes?
And then Ocean's 8 came in with the other 26%.
No votes? Well, wait, how many votes were there total?
23.
23? Okay.
Yeah, but still,
that's
23
actually,
no votes is wild to me. I expected
wild.
one.
What would you vote for?
I voted for Ocean's 8. So I'm of that 26%.
I think I would have done. I might have done 11. I didn't vote. I was better. Also, it's our polls.
Yeah,
like, oh, whatever.
Kinda,
Yeah. I'm between Ocean's 11 and 13. I think for the best one. 13 is honestly really fun. Like, I don't know. It's got like the nose and everything.
Yeah,
the nose
yeah.
plays. But 11 is really good. But I'm shocked that no one picked the other two at all. You think at least one person would have. Jeez. Well,
people did not like the dance, the Night Fox
the
dance,
laser dance, yeah,
and the
I
Julia
love that
Roberts.
dance.
I guess they were
I hate
just
Julia
really
Roberts,
turned off by those two things.
as a plot point, not as an actress. She's doing just fine.
This episode's poll is going to be what's the best Lunchable? Options are going to be turkey/ham and cheddar or cheese or whatever they have, pizza, nachos, and other. In case I don't know some of those of you who don't like those three.
I googled Lunchables and apparently they're doing wild stuff now. They got like donkeys or something.
Really? I know they have like sandwiches.
They got like chicken nuggets. They got like grilled cheese sandwich. They don't know what's going on over there, but this is
wild.
for like the OGs. I'm voting turkey ham, by the way, but nachos close second.
Pizza all the way, man.
Nachos is fun.
Pizza all the way. Yeah. Anything else?
No, that's it for me. Gang gang.
Gang gang. Peace.